What a game. What a game. I'm still trying to regain my breath after the Texans once again give me almost cardiac arrest as they bring it down to the wire, but they get the dub. Texans win 20-12 at home in RG, the first game that they are going to be playing in the next, or the first game out of 3 that they're going to be playing in the next, 12 days? This team won with some grit. This team won with some grit out there. It wasn't pretty. We didn't love it. I mean, CJ Stroud, 18 for 26, 131 yards on the day. Like, yikes, right? Like, not what you think with CJ Stroud having a masterclass. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns on the day. There were a lot of short fields. For this Texans team, though, it was the defense. The defense stepped up big time. The defense is going to be the reason why this team wins or loses in the playoffs. It's as simple as that. Tua Tagovailoa, 3 interceptions on the day. They hold Devon Achane to 41 yards on the ground. Tyreek Hill, really a non-factor going into the fourth quarter. He had a couple catches, but then again, had a couple balls that were thrown his way that were interceptions. I mean, this team just won with grit. And like I said, it wasn't pretty. Yes, the Texans, did they have time to throw, did they have time to win this game beforehand and before the last interception? Yes. They had plenty of chances, and no win is going to be a perfect win. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be a happy Texans fan because we got the dub today. We got the dub we desperately needed going into 2 games where it's going to be a tough slate for the Texans. It's going to be the tough slate. But before I start with anything else in this game, I got to show some love. The best corner in the NFL goes by the name of Derek Stingley Jr., and he plays for your Houston Texans. I got to show love to 24. Spam the 24s down in the comment section right now, because this man won you the game. The Dolphins were reeling. They were going into the end zone for the Texans. They were driving that ball down, gets a key interception in the red zone for the Houston Texans. Then, at the very end of the game, Dolphins down by 8, have around 1:45 left to play in regulation. He tries a deep ball to Tyreek Hill. Who gets you the pick to win you the game? It's this guy right here, Derek Stingley Jr. So spam the 24s, spam the stings. Our sweet prince, Derek Stingley Jr. You won us the game. If you're watching this right now, Derek Stingley at home, you won us the game. You absolutely put this team on your back and did what you needed to do. This defense stepped up big time. Was glad to see Christian Harris back out there. The defensive line made some big plays. I mean, Danielle Hunter with the massive sack. Will Anderson Jr. in the first half with a huge strip sack that led to a Texans score. I mean, the defense put on a masterclass. And like I said, get those 24s, get those things in the comment section because, man, this dude is special. This dude is special, and I hope the Texans are able to lock him up for many years to come because I want to see Derek Stingley rocking for the Houston Texans for years to come. I absolutely love everything that he does out there on the field. He gives it his all. He's become a much better tackler since joining the Houston Texans, since coming into the NFL. He still has elite ball skills and elite coverage skills, which he showed today going up against Tyreek Hill, one of the best in the NFL. This man right here did his job. He was shadowing Tyreek Hill, and he absolutely put the lockdown. Now, I will say, make sure you're subscribed because as of right now, I'm filming this. The Broncos and Colts are playing right now. We need a Colts loss to help us secure the division. A Colts loss helps us secure the AFC South title. We will 100% make the playoffs if the Colts lose today's game. Hit that sub button. I'll keep you updated throughout the week. More watch parties to come. I'll be live for the Chiefs game. I'll be live on Christmas here on the channel. Don't miss out. Don't miss anything. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that sub button. And like I said, the Texans defense won you the game. 4 turnovers on the day, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. The Texans, I mean, it was huge. Huge, huge, huge game by DeMeco Ryans' defense. You had your defensive line absolutely cooking. Yes, the Dolphins O-line, they were, with their third-string right tackle, backup left tackle. Regardless, the secondary stepped up big time. This Texans team stepped up big time, only allowing 3.6 yards per attempt on, for the Dolphins offense, 2.7 yards per carry. And like I said, those 4 turnovers, that was the key to the game. That was the key to the game if you're the Houston Texans. Absolutely massive, massive game for this franchise, for this team. I mean, we needed a dub, and they brought it through. I'll talk about more around this game, more about CJ Stroud, the offense, everything you need to know. But first, got to show some love to our sponsors over at PrizePicks. Get started today with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app out there. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into some cold, hard cash all football season long. And during the month of December, it's not only the holiday season, it's also Picksmas over on PrizePicks. They are giving away 2 free slots during the month of December. Yes, 2 free entries during the month of December and over $30 million of rewards and prizes. So get started today with our friends over at PrizePicks. There's nothing to lose over there with our friends over at PrizePicks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. And if you use that code CLNS, you'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So get started with our friends over at PrizePicks. Like I said, $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Everything you need is in the comment section and description of today's video. But going back to the game, oh my God, the Texans offense was struggling. Joe Mixon got injured in the first half and then seemed so-so. The play calling, I didn't absolutely love it by the Texans, and the O-line was there. I actually thought they held up pretty well in this game. I'm not going to crap on the Texans offensive line because I think they actually played pretty well in this game. I think a couple of the sacks that you saw, yes, there was a couple that were on the O-line. A couple where CJ had 5-6 seconds back there, and he was just trying to make something happen and couldn't find anybody. And they were kind of coverage sacks on that end. I thought the offensive line did a lot better today. I would have liked to see more rushing attempts, especially in 3rd and short. During the live show that I had on here in the channel, if you don't, subscribe, make sure you are. Make sure you turn on your notifications and join us for every live show. But I was asking every 3rd and short, should we run or should we pass? And it seemed like the chat and everybody was saying, run the ball, Bobby. And almost every time it was a pass. So some questionable play calling there throughout the game from Bobby Slowick. I'm still on the fence about him, whether or not the Texans are going to bring him back next year. But overall, the offense did what they needed to do. They needed to put some points on the board. They needed to not turn over the ball, which you had one turnover that happened, that random fumble snap where that was just a lack of focus. I mean, CJ, the ball was not paying attention to the snap. The ball hit him on the chest, went on the ground, and the Dolphins were able to recover. Besides that, a very clean game by the Houston Texans. I thought they played much better. I loved what I saw, and even though the passing game wasn't incredible, even though it wasn't, the passing game that we know and love from the Houston Texans where they're absolutely dicing it up, I loved the connection to this guy right here, Nico Collins. Only 4 receptions, but 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns on the day for Nico Collins. It's, when CJ's able to extend the play, when CJ's able to make moves, when CJ's able to, make defenders miss in the backfield and continue plays on, more often than not, he's able to find number 12, and he was his safety valve on multiple occasions. Both touchdowns in the red zone. CJ was scrambling. He was looking for something. He was making more time with his legs. And who did he end up finding coming back to him? This guy right here, Nico Collins. And that's what you miss when you don't have him out on the field. That connection between Nico and CJ is special. I liken it to, I'm not saying they're the same exact connection as Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, but you know how when Patrick Mahomes scrambles and you're like, somehow he's going to find Travis Kelce. That's how I feel about Nico Collins and CJ Stroud right now, because when CJ scrambles, when he looks dead to rights, when it looks like he doesn't have any more moves left, somehow 12 comes open and he's able to, get a first down or get a touchdown or get what the Texans need. Like I said, only 4 receptions. I wish they would have gone to him more often, but still looked awesome. Looked awesome. I loved what I saw from Nico Collins. CJ Stroud, even though didn't have his A-plus game, I thought he still played really well. He still played really well. And I want to hear from you folks at home, and I'll give you my answer in just a moment. But I want you to let me know, CJ Stroud, how did he look today in your eyes? Grade the play of CJ Stroud against the Fins. A, B, C, D, or F. I want to know your thoughts down in the comments section of how well you thought CJ Stroud played today. Because was it an A? I don't know if I can give it an A, but overall, I give it a B+. You won the game. No turnovers besides that ball that hit your chest. And I don't know if that's on CJ Stroud or the center snapped it before he was supposed to. But given that, it goes down a little bit, but it's still a B+ in my eyes. I think he played well. He did what you needed him to do, and you got the dub. At the end of the day, you got the dub. And for the Texans, it's going to come down to this defense. And defense wins championships, and if that's the case, I don't feel too bad at where the Texans are right now. You look at what the Texans defense has done up against some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And maybe you disagree that Tua is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but still, 3 interceptions forced up against Tua. Look what they did to Josh Allen in week 5. They really limited him as well. So whenever they've gone up against the best, talent in the NFL, they've played really well this year. They've really held guys in check. I mean, Tyreek Hill, going into the fourth quarter, I believe he had no catches going into the fourth quarter, or maybe he had 1 catch going into the fourth quarter, but he was a non-factor. This Texas defense took him out of it. And going up against the best, quarterbacks, the best talent, that's what you want to see out of your Texans defense. That's what you want to see out of these guys, being able to limit those guys because, going into the playoffs, you're going to be facing some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, maybe Josh Allen again. There's going to be Justin Herbert. The Chargers might get a wild card spot. So you've got to credit this defense for what they did and how they played today. They won you the game. The offense did their part, but the defense, A++. If I'm grading the defense, A++++. They did amazing. The score would have been 20-9 if Derek Barnett wasn't offsides on a field goal made by the Dolphins. Gave them 5 yards, then they went for it on 4th and short, got a touchdown. You would have been out of there 20-9 up against Miami, and the defense would have held this team under 10 points. So bravo to the defense, bravo to y'all. And I would be remiss if I didn't end the show like this, if I didn't give a shout-out really quick. Not really a shout-out, but just thoughts and prayers to Grant Dubose. He was down for a while in this Texans-Dolphins game. And honestly, going outside of it, I know we're all fans of this team. We're all fans of the sport. And during the game, it's rival. It's you against me. But it's a point at that where that point where Grant Dubose was down on the field where it's like, we're all humans. He's a father. He's a brother. He's a son. And my heart goes out to Grant Dubose, his family. Hopefully, if y'all are watching this, our thoughts and prayers are to you. If you made it to the end of the video, could you please take a second, give your thoughts and prayers to Grant Dubose, the Dolphins wide receiver who got injured, was knocked out on a play and was down, had to get stretchered off. He's, got sent to the ER, emergency vehicle. Hopefully everything is okay, but our thoughts and prayers are with you, Grant Dubose. At the end of the day, it's just a sport, and there's more to life than football, and hopefully you're able to bounce back. You're able to come back stronger than this, and all of our thoughts and prayers are with you. So hopefully you're doing a little bit better. Hopefully you're in more of a stable condition, and like I said, our thoughts and prayers just go out to you, man, and hopefully you're okay. From a Texans fan, I know, like I said, during the heat of the passion, we're rivals. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings here on this earth. And I just want to send my condolences to Grant Dubose and his family and wish him a speedy recovery. I hope you come back even stronger. And I'm really praying for you, man. If you made it to the end of the video, could you please just take 2 seconds, send him your thoughts and prayers. Really hope he is okay. I'll be back with more Texans content throughout the week. But I just had to finish off the video like that because my heart goes out to him, and I really do hope he's okay. So hopefully he sees this message, and hopefully our thoughts and prayers are sent to you, Mr. Grant Dubose.